Last summer, I took a grand road trip with my boy Caleb. The trip was phenomenal, I wouldn't change a single thing about it. However, that doesn't mean that everything was smooth sailing. We learned quite a few things along the way to make our next excursion a bit easier, and today I'm going to share some of those with you. So without further preamble, here are 10 road trip tips that I learned from my journey west. Number 1. Let's start this off with perhaps a mundane tip. Plastic grocery bags are your friend. We ended up shoving every one of these we got into the door pocket in my truck because they're just so versatile. You need to carry something you don't have a bag for? Well, now you do. Need to throw some trash away? They've got you. You need to, well, that's really it, to be honest, but I mean, that happens a lot, and the last thing you want is to be in the middle of a forest and realize you have nowhere to put your food packaging, so you throw it in the truck and leave it there until you can throw it away somewhere. Then, before you know it, your truck smells like Vienna sausages and sour milk. Not saying that happened, just speaking in hypotheticals here. Number 2. Have some killer music. During these long road trips, you can be looking at 9 hours of straight driving, and nothing makes the time go by faster than a dope playlist. Personally, I like to put on things that make me feel adventurous and remind me of the wonders of the outdoors, such as Lord Huron. However, we discovered the best driving songs to be those about the masters of such things. Anything by C.W. McCall. Seriously, try it next road trip, and if nothing else, you'll probably have a laugh. Oh, and by the way, make sure to follow me on Instagram because soon I'm going to be linking a Spotify playlist that I'm making featuring songs we listen to on this road trip. Number 3. On the subject of truckers, truck stops are also your friend. Seriously, you need it, they got it. You need coffee at 2 a.m.? Sure. Need a shower to get rid of the Vienna sausage smell? Go get one. You need gas? Well, obviously you know the answer to that one. Truck stops are like the supermarkets of road trips, and you should take advantage of them whenever you can. Number 4. Have somewhere to stay wherever you go. This one will be different for every situation because if you have something like a van, you can basically sleep anywhere. I tried to do this with my truck camper, but we had so much stuff it wasn't feasible to stealth camp in it. Even if you have a van, do some research and make sure that there's a Walmart or something that allows overnight parking. Don't have a van? Well, make sure they'll be camping or lodging at your destination because you don't want to be driving aimlessly in Kansas in the middle of the night to find an econo lodge and then discover you're a victim of bank fraud. Those aren't related, they're just correlated. Hypothetically, that is. Number 5. Prep. This was somewhat mentioned before, but do your planning before you embark. Make sure you have the proper provisions, and make sure your route is safe and solid. Make sure you have relative time frames for everything. As the old adage goes, a minute of prep is 10 minutes of work. And Brian Tracy actually said that. I don't really know if that's considered an old adage, but oh well. Number 6. Know that your plans will fail at some point. Make sure you are mentally prepared for something to fall through and know that everything will not go to plan. It's important to get in this mindset not to frighten you but to prepare you for when it does happen so you won't panic. Plan a little looser than perhaps you would like to so that way your itinerary will bend instead of break. Number 7. Piggybacking on number 6, have a backup plan for everything. Make sure that when something goes wrong, you aren't stranded in Missouri trying to scrounge up money to afford an alternator to install in the hotel parking lot. You don't have to meticulously plan a backup for every single situation, but have options to prevent a complete schedule derailleur. I don't know if that word actually works there, but I'm not changing it. Number 8. The best way to prepare for emergencies and unforeseen obstacles is to take whatever money you think you're going to need for this trip and double it. That might seem a bit much, but even if you don't quite get the double the money, any extra will help. Also, break that money up into multiple mediums. Have multiple cards and some cash, that way if one fails or gets lost or stolen, all of your eggs are not in one basket. Trust me, I know from experience. When my money was stolen and Caleb was out of money, we were a bit screwed to say the least. Number 9. Take moderate risks. No trip is going to be unforgettable if you play it safe the whole time. Take some risk and see what you can get done. I say moderate risk though because some risks just simply aren't worth it. My general rule of thumb is anything that seriously jeopardizes the safety of the trip members, something that risks you losing a substantial amount of money and or resources, i.e. a car, or the chance of returning home safely and punctually is a no-go. But anything else is fair game. Remember, it's better to return safely and miss something than kill yourself trying to do it. You can always come back and do it another time. Number 10. Perhaps this one is a cop-out, but I don't really care because it's in my opinion the most important one. Have fun. Just get out there and do it. Don't let the thought of what could go wrong compromise your enjoyment. The trip is all about the journey, and if you aren't having fun, then what's the point? No matter what happens, just take it in stride and enjoy the ride. I mean, life's all about making memories, right? And trust me, I'll never forget taking refuge in a Dairy Queen on the side of the interstate waiting on the tow truck. That one isn't hypothetical, in case you were curious. And that's it. Those are 10 road trip tips I learned from my time on the road. I'll certainly be using them in the future, and I hope you found them useful as well. Be sure to subscribe for more content and leave me a comment of any road trip tips you've learned yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the road, hopefully not broken down in Missouri.